Hi. The bedroom is a sacred place for rest and recuperation, to recharge, and about a third of your life is spent in sleep, or those precious moments that add parentheses to that meaningful time in your life when you're in a different reality, you're in a different consciousness. Sometimes I wonder if when I'm sleeping, am I actually awake, and is this time here just the dream? I'm sure everyone has felt that at some point in their life or something of that nature. Um, Sleep is so important because without it, you would die. It's one of those things in life that really is instrumental in not just the quality of your life, but the longevity of it. Um, but today's thought for this video is a little smorgasbord of things. I was thinking about, again, back to my baseline of gratitude, just grateful for a great day today, and getting to learn. Every day that I can learn something new is a winning day, and I think that's probably every day of my life, because every day, like Robert Pollard from Guided by Voices says in one of his songs, every day is another world. And that is true, because really it's just these series of realities that are put together like a flip book that makes an animation. And I think that's kind of what our life is like, because when we look back on all of those synapses that have wired together and fired together, we have this complete story that tells us who we are and what our life is, and that projects us forward. So it can be difficult to break old patterns or to explore new worlds, if world meaning even days. So I think about this often in recent days, that how is tomorrow going to be different? What's my intention? And a lot of times it's good to write down intentions because they keep you locked in. But we all have different ways of learning and functioning. So I think for me, it's just really just thinking about those things that are really at the front of my mind. And what drives me lately is not a career. It's not a mission to make money. It seems like a lot of these visualization and manifestation, self-help teachings, books, videos, whatnot, it's something that's being sold, that your dreams can come true, and for their dreams to come true, the people that are selling it, that you have to buy it, and so therefore you are helping them to, which is fine, and that's the way life works. You help other people to help yourself, and vice versa. But I think of it in such a different modality than the standard Western or American model, where it's all about making money. Sure, if we're functioning in a certain within certain parameters of how things work, like here's Farley's character, how things work, that money is a part of life, because it's not, even if you're not into money, it's the things that it can provide. It's the roof over your head, it's the food, it's the quality and the entertainment value. It's a lot of things. It's freedom. And so it's like, I don't like money, I just like the way that what I can do with it. I was thinking of a joke, I don't like cocaine, I just like the way it smells. But that's just off my tangential mind. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm over 300 days into the Wim Hof method. I've been sticking to that. I've been sticking to a morning routine, doing lunges and stretches and yoga practice and breath work and 3 guided meditations a day often. At night, I've been doing online courses. I've gotten distracted quite a bit with, let's just say, wasting time on the internet. going down the YouTube rabbit hole and maybe the Facebook rabbit hole. But I have used these resources in a much more productive way than I have in the past. And I have to give myself credit. This is essential that I have to give myself credit for the steps forward in the right direction that I have made, instead of beating myself up for the things that I have not done. Still, I'm being cognizant of it, so it's this balance between my two parts. And today, an internal family systems class I had with Dr. Lucia Marks, who is a friend of mine and who I respect immensely, we were talking about over the past weeks about polarities and about different parts. And I have these two parts that I'm working with that are pretty intense, and they play in with other parts. But in this family of parts within me, I have a part that wants me to do better. It's like my driver. It's like, come on, you can go harder, you can go faster, you can get more steps on your Fitbit, you can eat better, you can sleep better, you need to get stuff done. And then there's this other part that's almost diametrically opposed to that in some ways. It says, just don't do anything, just freeze, and just distract yourself, distract. So a series like death by paper cut, in a sense, from distractions being the paper cuts, the little distractions of checking your phone or checking your whatever, Instabook, face space, and so putting those two parts together, like, okay, this part over here, the second one I just mentioned, it feels so overwhelmed by tasks at hand. It's like I liken it to having piles of stuff like clothes or trash or anything all over the place, and you don't even know where to begin because it's such a daunting task. How do you clean up this enormous heap of mess? And then so you just shut down, and that shutting down could be another part. The shutting down self, the distraction part, they all kind of interplay. And over here is another extreme, which is go 110% and just like in spurts, though. It's not the consistent like balance. So the name of the place, the Quest Center for Integrative Health, makes a lot of sense in that this is about integration. It's about my quest to be centered and to be integrated for health. So I think that's beautiful. Like the language of it just seems so fitting as well. And the internal family of this system is all of these parts that have to come together, and we can't exile these parts, because these parts will come back. I mean, it's like the shadow self of the person. The thing about life, there's always going to be darkness, and there's always going to be despair and challenge and struggle and things that we don't desire, but they're there. And without those troughs, we don't see the accentuation of the peaks that make life worth it, make those sweet flavors so sweet, is the juxtaposition with the sour and the rancid and the other things that happen that give life contrast. You wouldn't be able to see light if it wasn't for dark. So you get it, the yin and the yang, the peanut butter and the chocolate. So working through a lot of things. So that's kind of what's been going on today. I haven't been writing as much lately, but I've been doing some of these videos, so that's good. I did take some notes, and I've been writing some poetry and prose. My mission is to start working on a book at some point in the near future. I've been inspired a while ago. I put post-it notes all over saying, write a book, and I barely notice them. They're darker blue because I didn't have the bright ones. But it's also like, I also found out that just putting post-it notes around is not going to make you do things. You're just going to ignore it more, because you can, the thoughts are always there, like a post-it note, like that I know I need to do this, or I want to do this, or I aspire to do that, and don't get to it. it's the acceptance of letting it go and being okay with it. That it's not just the letting it go and letting it stew under the surface. Is like, I am not good enough, I didn't do what I wanted to do, and feeling that you let yourself down. Because there's only one course that we're on. I mean, we can get into quantum mechanics and talk about how there's infinite outcomes and infinite dimensions. But right now is the only now. And so my now right here is making this video and talking about some of the things that come to mind. And by hearing myself say this, some of it's coming to just out of the frontal cortex of my mind, which is my conscious brain, my more reptilian brain, back into my subconscious. And hopefully I can, by intention and visualization with an elevated emotion, I can make things come to pass that I want to. So we'll see how it goes, and taking it one step at a time. Tomorrow I'm looking forward to going to yoga with my favorite yoga instructor, Sandra Gale. If you haven't ever done a class with Sandra Gale Pearson, I recommend it. She's a wonderful, she does life coaching, but she's also a yogini, a yogi. She's just an awesome human being, and I aspire in so many ways to look at her as a model of being a type of person that I strive to be. But uniquely myself, I always am, and happy to be that way. Learning to love myself more and more, and through doing self-work and putting in the time and the energy to be moving towards the type of person that I want to be, I feel better about myself each day. And I try to let go of the ego. The ego is always there. It's there to protect. It's there to serve. It's not, but you don't want to be like the police when they get brutal on you. So don't let the ego get out of hand. Tame it. Let it serve you and protect you. Don't let it brutalize you. Okay. The ego can be very damaging. It often makes us act against our own best interests when we do things out of, you can feel it somatically right into your body when you feel like upsetness in the stomach or the heart or the lungs or even in the back or anywhere. Your body takes on a lot of these emotions. When you feel joy, same thing though. Your heart opens and it lifts and you're taking it all in, and it just feels so great. You feel so energized. I'll leave you with one last final thought, is that our body is made up of pure energy. If you go into the cells of our body and then into the molecules and then into the protons, neutrons, electrons, all the photons in our system, they're connected by waves of energy and light, and the whole universe operates on this system of energy, electricity, what have you, and we have the ability to change our biology. I've been listening a lot to Joe Dispenza and also to Bruce Lipton, two doctors I respect greatly, and I'm grateful for their teachings about how, people think a lot of the time that they're predisposed to a certain type of disease or issue or emotion. That may be true, but we also, those are just a blueprint for what we are. We have the ability to allow these genes to express themselves in a way that we can intend. So we can't control everything. Maybe we can, but let's just say we don't always have the ability to change everything we want to, but we have a much greater impact than we think we do through positive thought, through how we live our lives, and to how we let things not affect us, just letting things roll through us and just pass by us and just witness, being present and visualizing good things happening to mind and body and spirit, and we will feel better about life. and just, not holding all that animosity and, sarcasm, sardonicness, just, but be more like inclusive and welcoming, and just realize that we are all one. We are all a part of this human species. We're like the underground fungi that spreads through the forest. We're all interconnected, so you can't just remove all but one and have that one live on. We need each other. We all need each other in this planet. So some go and some come and some do this and some do that, but we're all getting there, brother and sisters. All right, I hope you have a great day, and thank you for watching my video. And if you like any of these videos, please subscribe. I really appreciate feedback, and I usually put my address if you want to send mail. I love getting postcards or just cards or gifts or whatever. I just love hearing from people. I love going to my mailbox, opening up and getting a nice note. And I want to thank my friend Bridget for sending me a wonderful postcard this week. It made my day. I don't even think she's watching this, but just sending that out there. All right, it's about 16 minutes in, and I'm gonna call it a night. Going to listen to some Dr. Joe Dispenza. Gonna wish, and not just wish, I'm going to visualize and manifest great things for the coming morning, and a beautiful sleep and rest. And wherever you are, whatever you've got coming up next, don't rush through that. Let that moment luxuriate within you and make it the best that it can be, even if it's something that you don't think you want to do. All right, you're the creator of your own destiny, and your happiness is your choice. So choose happiness and peace. All right, y'all, take care.